Some people expressed some real disappointment that I didn't cover the new Crown the Empire album entitled The Resistance, Rise of the Runaways, which was kind of surprising to me considering, well, what kind of channel that I am. That's really not something that's 100% down my road, 100% down my path. Rise record bands are ones that technically, for the most part, I avoid. Either that or something that I don't cover all of that much. And whenever I do, it's probably without even realizing it. However, I decided, for all of you guys that were kind of disappointed that I didn't get the opportunity to check this out, or they didn't see the review of it happen, right as it came out, because I didn't shoot one, I would dedicate actually a Things I Missed here in July to one song that I actually listened to just to kind of satisfy the flock and let you all know what I thought about it. And the song that I listened to is called Initiation. Now, there's a couple of things that I've actually assumed based around this, and the first one is the fact that this album is somewhat of a conceptually based disc, at least one that definitely seems that way based around the lyrics of this song. And to that, I must say, it's certainly not an unfamiliar idea. It's not one that hasn't been done before. Or it is one that has been done before. It's not uncommon. In fact, there's something where you're seeing a lot more of this story arcing done with a lot of bands with their music. None, perhaps, to the degree as a Operation Mindcrime duality from Queensryche, but definitely nothing to the magnitude of Coheed and Cambria's huge Amory Wars saga. But based around that, that's definitely a concept that seems a little bit alluring. It actually makes it seem like a little bit of a strangely tempting prospect to actually check out. But then we have to also remember that the latest Black Veil Brides records, the one that we covered last year, was also meant to be a concept album, and that kind of kills that momentum right where it stands. However, that's not to say that these guys are the Black Veil Brides, because they certainly are not. I enjoyed the style of music a little bit, however, it's one that really can teeter-totter very quickly, and I think that's the reason why my opinions on a lot of these bands are either very middling, either that, or not very good, because it seems as though, in most cases, it leans a little bit more towards the negative side because of the keynote annoyances that actually are more so just not for me, as opposed to me either having a negative view about this group or any group like it, or just the fact that I just am not able to really get into them. So it's nothing really based solely around talent level. It's nothing that's solely based around their marketability. It's instead something that's more so on a personal front and a musical front. However, that being said, this was an enjoyable 4.5 minutes, even with the, really, there were 3 different styles of vocals that I was able to pinpoint here. We had the rough and gruff vocals that remind me of anything from Atreyu to, bands like it. Then we, of course, had the clean vocals, which, in this case, were very polished and very nice. There's a little bit of a reverb charm to it that I really enjoyed. And then we have a little bit more of a middling voice that has a little more of I'm taking the lead, I am the man speaking this verse, speaking these words, almost like he's taking the role of a main character, which, once again, don't really know if that's the case, but if it is, very interesting prospect, and that's the way it should be done. You should definitely have a voice that really represents a main character, or somebody that's attempting to move the plot along, whether it be through dialogue, or whether it be through storytelling. Overall, I have to say, not too bad. This is certainly something where, maybe in the future, maybe during a 24 hours of Coverkiller Nation, I give this full album a shot, just for shits and giggles. So for right now, one song in, Crown the Empire actually kind of has a pass for me. Whether or not that changes, hard to say, but I will say this. If you were sad that I missed this, I apologize.